All right, guys, it's time to talk about this fucking Game Awards. I'm going to go out of order here because I don't give a damn. Fucking we're back, dude. Turok is back.
Is it really?
Dude, I was slumped in my seat just watching it on my phone. I started getting up. I was like, are those fucking dinosaurs? That's the fucking... What's going on? And then I saw the logo and I was yelling and everyone was looking at me. I'm like, oh, sorry, guys. I got excited. Turok's back.
Uncle's living his fucking moment, dude.
Dude, you and Julia must be creaming your jeans right now.
It took you out of doom scroll mode.
Yes, man. Yeah, Turok Origins. I can't wait. I know people are upset because it's, I say people, some people. It's not first person anymore. It's over the shoulder, which, I mean, I don't care, dude. It's just back.
It's
I actually
Turok.
prefer it for a shooting type game. Over the shoulder is kind of the way to go.
No, the only way to shoot a gun is to put it right in the middle of your chest.
And just hold it awkwardly. Yeah.
That's the real boomer shooter.
It's going to be like a 3-person co-op game as well. So that's going to be interesting.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I knew for sure it was Turok because I'm like, okay, there's the dinosaurs and then a fucking alien spaceship. That's it. That's the combo. Native, dinosaurs, aliens. What does that spell? It spells Turok, okay?
I gotta say, the environment better be fucking great. It just looks like you're on, like, the Predator world or on Dagobah.
They're called the Turok Warriors, which I'm like, yeah, that's fine because it's not like he's John Turok. There's, like, Tao Set and, like, other people.
You get to make your own Turok warrior, like your custom.
I don't think so.
That sucks. There's probably going to be classes.
Unlock DNA powers? What?
What?
Dude.
Extract DNA from fallen foes and environments to unlock game-changing powers that evolve your suit in real time. Oh, okay, so we saw a little bit of that in the teaser trailer.
Turok's taking the sprint, man. They're going to be surge binders. Radiant.
That's right. Oh, he's wearing shard plate right there, dude.
That's all I'm saying, bro. He's got the armor sprint. He's ready to go. He spoke his oaths.
You need to shut up now.
Nope.
What you said was really fucking cool, and I'm not there yet.
Dude, you're so close. You have no idea.
Yeah, see how the suit morphed into what you kill, basically.
That's cool. Kind of like Metroid in a way.
Become one with the dinosaurs to fight the aliens. I like it. Yeah, so you can play solo or with co-op.
Monster Hunter, but with guns and bows. If it was, so is this like a battle royale, or what is it gonna be?
No, it's just gonna be a
PvE.
normal game.
Like Destiny?
No, dude.
Like Helldivers?
Sure,
like Helldivers.
it's a single player story mode that you can play with friends. Yeah, so a lot of shit, dude. A lot of shit for Game Awards. I kind of trimmed it down a little bit, but that's not saying a lot. But dude, like this is our year, man. Like, there's a lot of good shit. Freaking the first game they showed off, like during the pre-show, a new Ninja Gaiden, Gerry. Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. Mm-hmm. Yeah, shit looks sick.
So sick.
Ragebound?
Yeah, dude, this game looks sick. It starts with an animated intro, and it's not what you would expect. Oh, it's the Blasphemous people. Oh, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. God, you're like a pupil.
Are you his? Yeah.
John Gaiden. Yeah,
you're a
John?
pupil. I don't know if you're. I know you're related somehow, but I don't.
He's like
can't
John
say
So it's
Gaiden.
Ryu
Yeah.
Hayabusa and his son John Gaiden. They call me Ninja. I'm not gonna lie, the first Ninja Gaiden games were fucking stupid hard. In the modern time, yeah, this can definitely work. Normally, I'm not one for 2D side-scrollers, but given the state of games where we are now, where people are trying to push boundaries, there's bound to be some people that are like working on the old school stuff.
It's not really even a nostalgia factor. They just know what works.
Tried and true, trial and error has already been done, so now it's just hit the lab.
Yeah, I'm pumped for that, dude. It looks awesome. And then, dude, the next game, we're getting the freaking sequel to Slay the Spire, dude. I'm so ready. I don't know if you guys ever played the first one, but when Akil was like, yeah, you should try it out, I was like, well, I do have it from Plus. Yeah, I got hooked instantly, man.
Oh,
Freaking
yeah?
fun, roguelike, turn-based card game. It's awesome. You pick 4 classes. Each deck has its own unique thing.
I'm not gonna lie, the card game kind of threw me off, but seeing the gameplay right now and how it's used, it looks pretty cool.
I really liked the trailer. I thought it was pretty funny. It just pretty much takes you through like each stage of what you would do when you start a roguelike. Take all the cards. Take the cards that matter.
You said it's a roguelike?
It's a roguelike, yeah.
I should play the first one. I think I might have that on Plus too.
It's a great game. I highly recommend it. I think there's 3 or 4 final bosses.
Oh, like depending on what route you take.
Nope, it's random every time. It's also on mobile, which is Which is great.
Oh, let's fucking go then. All right.
All right, this one was for Oscar, man. We're getting a new thing for Dave the Diver in the jungle.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. DLC. I'm excited for this, man. I didn't even finish Dave, but already I was like super. And the trailer, like the art style for the trailer, the music for the trailer, it reminds me of like all those clips that I would send in the chat whenever like you try to get an upgrade for like sushi or learn new recipes and stuff like that. Like this game is just so fucking cool. It's like funky, like with a PH. This shit is rad. Yeah, Mint Rocket did such a good job with
That's
this game,
what's up.
man.
I think I might actually buy this one.
New game, Shadow Labyrinth, aka the new Pac-Man game. It's a Metroidvania, and yeah, it's crazy.
What the hell is this?
It's Pac-Man.
Oh, I
dude.
didn't even realize there was
It's
like
Pac-Man,
actual
bro.
Pac-Man elements. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's a chain chomp, bro.
Yeah, that's a change.
Nintendo's coming for that booty.
Yeah, again, just crazy that this is the direction Pac-Man's going, and it makes way more sense that the secret level episode is just this. So yeah, again, I'm interested to see what we're gonna be doing in this game.
Fucking Dark Souls ass beginning, dude.
Yeah,
You know what that little Robo Pac-Man reminds me of? It reminds me of Haro from fucking Gundam. Do you not know what I'm talking about?
Nope.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Haro is the little fucking green machine thing, the little ball.
Which Gundam?
Mobile Suit Gundam, like the original Gundam.
79?
No, the from the movies.
Yeah, 79. Well, I still haven't watched them yet, so I don't know. All right, the next game from the Sifu dev team,
This is so weird, man.
we're getting a fucking soccer game. This is when I was like finally like tuning back into it, and my friend goes, "Dude, Shaolin Soccer got announced." I'm
I
like, no
hope
fucking way, dude.
Dude,
I
Shaolin
fucking-
Soccer.
Wanted it so bad, man. It's just soccer, just football.
Yeah. Someone was like, "Oh, dude, it's like Rocket League without the cars." It's like, yeah, no.
Dude, I wonder if that fucking Seiya game plays like this. Was it Seiya?
No, it's Captain Tsubasa. No, Captain Tsubasa. From what I saw, it's like a normal like FIFA game, but it has like some of the anime abilities you can use. I hope there is a lot more cooler stuff in this. Like my friend said, like, oh, the Sifu engine would probably be really good for soccer if you think about it, and I was like, oh, I guess so.
Like quick time event inputs. I mean, that's all really the sports game are. Just being able to do the inputs like right before.
That's what
just
fighting games
anticipate what the other person's gonna do. That's what every game is,
That's
dude.
what every game is.
At least it has a nice art style.
It looks like it moves smooth. I'll give it that too.
Mhm.
Like I can see some of the jukes happening, and they look pretty.
So are we gonna get like the Sifu skin pre-order pack or something?
I was just about to ask you, Jerry, because you played Sifu. I didn't play it. That looked pretty smooth too. No.
Yeah, it was great, man. It was hard as shit, but it was great. That's why I'm like, when I saw this come out, I'm like, no fucking way we're getting a Shaolin soccer game. And I was right. We're not. We're just getting a soccer game.
I guess if you think about it, this is like easy mode soccer because you can't foul. You can't like throw the ball out of bounds or anything
I
like
wouldn't.
that.
I wouldn't.
Oh,
put
you mean
anything
like
past
that?
it yet.
Yeah.
There are no. I mean, yeah, because there are. What can you define as the rules based off what you see? It's a box.
You know what this is, Oscar?
Normal
It's
soccer,
just
you're
one
right.
step closer to Blitzball.
You know what? You're not wrong about that. As long as they're probably going to do an underwater level or underwater physics, and then there we go. Then it's just blitzball.
Then it's really Shaolin soccer.
No,
Sir.
then it's blitzball.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, you didn't? Yeah, you don't play Final Fantasy, Danny. I forgot. You ain't in the know.
He's not inaugurated. He hasn't met Waka. Now that I think about it, Waka would be your favorite character. Now that I think about it.
Waka Flocka?
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
baby.
We're getting The Witcher 4, which they've been teasing for a while now. Yeah, great, like full cinematic. It looks really cool.
Anybody here a Witcher head? Anybody know who that is? Is that Siri? Everybody's talking
That
about.
that is Siri.
Yeah,
Siri,
it's
yeah.
Sorella.
Okay.
So people are getting upset on
Because it's a woman.
yes.
God
and
damn, man.
like one of the comments I saw was, how is she gonna even like be a Witcher, dude? And then this guy retweeted, he's like, I don't know, how about you play the fucking game?
Exactly.
Why don't you play The Witcher 3 and see what's going on? You all fucking suck.
That's true, dude. Like that's the whole. It makes sense based off what you do in the end of The Witcher 3, and like how it all pans out. She's not bound by her predetermined destiny. It would make sense that now she's the one thing that I don't understand exactly is just where she's gonna be at like in the entirety of Witcher, like how much of the world was expanded on. So like if we're in a completely new place, or if we're in a place that probably Geralt's already visited before, that's more or less what I'm interested in learning about. Because that demon monster thing that she fought, I was unfamiliar with it. I was like, oh, that's a new look.
Familiar with your game.
That's not something I think we fought before.
She hot, bro.
She's hot. I like how she sounds too.
Yeah, and I guess the canon ending for Witcher 3 that everyone likes is Geralt passes down his swords to her.
Yeah, you guys should really play The Witcher, or at least read the books.
Dude, that sounds like a time, man. I'll read the books.
I finally picked the last book that I was missing, so I have them all now.
But the books take place, I think, before the games, from what
Yes.
Grant had explained to me.
Can you send me that list of
Yeah.
the books, Danny? Or like just send me a picture of what you got?
Yeah.
There's 5, I think.
There's 5 books technically, and then there's the two books before it that are just short story collections.
Yeah, because when you actually play the first and second game, the choices that you make in like the previous games, they don't follow you.
Mm-hmm.
They don't there's no transfer of save system where it's just gonna remember all of your stuff, right? So like when the questions come up again, it kind of like gives you a choice to be like, oh yeah, you did do this in the last game. Did you remember what you did? And then it just gives you an option to pick, or I did this, or I did that. But I mean, for the most part, like playing The Witcher 3, it didn't really have a big impact on the game. Like for you to not know what you were doing before, or who these characters were to you in the previous games. Like there are so
Yeah.
many of those characters that show up.
Well, also a big thing too is the first 2 games are PC only.
I have the physical discs if you guys want it. I already downloaded it on my PC. I got them a couple years ago. I didn't look that far into it, but the first one I started playing, and I couldn't use my controller, so I was like, I'm gonna come back to this one. I want to break my hands.
It's more like a point and click. Like it's not too strenuous, I feel.
Yeah, bro, but I'm old. I got fighting stick hands, man.
That's cool, man. Witcher 4. I know Grant's excited. I'm excited too. I'll dive in soon.
A female protagonist,
next year.
I'm in. I think I know why I like her. She has the same haircut my Red Dead character has.
Next freaking game. Can't believe we're already getting it. Elden Ring 2, baby. Or 1.5, whatever you want to call it. Elden Ring Night Rain. Freaking new, smaller game. Co-op. It looks like it's a roguelike kind of thing. And it looks like it has it has the Battle Royale ring going on.
God damn it. You're right. I didn't fucking pick up on that until now.
Hey man, I get it. It's the hotness. Roguelikes, Battle Royales, you know.
FromSoft was supposed to be better.
It's a preset of classes you can pick that have weapons, and then I guess you pick stuff up like from like bosses you defeat and all that.
I didn't actually get that takeaway the first time, but now that you say that, it does make sense. It's a fucking firewall. But I thought that was like also a transformation of like the environment.
Me too.
Oh, changing into like this is now Night Rain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Like probably something that triggers, but who knows? I mean, we could be talking about both here.
Yeah.
I was really interested in the new character, that fucking hawk guy.
Oh, that's probably an incantation. It looks like.
It's probably a helm.
I think it probably is one of those permanent things, like because I don't know if you got to try the dragon incantation like in Elden Ring for the DLC, but it's permanent. You just have to use it once.
Oh, it transforms your body.
Right, yeah. So if it's
Yeah.
the same thing for like this bird thing, that would be pretty cool.
I'm gonna miss my horse, man.
And apparently that's the nameless king. Am I right on
From
that?
Dark Souls 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we got parries.
That's my Sekiro parry. Oh yeah.
So this is the game that bridges them all together. Is it freaking was that Gray Matter?
Lizard Mage. I know.
You're
not even
I was
wrong.
thinking the
It's a
same
great
thing.
All right, the
fucking
whip,
Cerberus
the
boss,
whip wielding
yeah.
wolves look fucking sick though. They added new bosses for this shit, which is pretty cool. Or new enemies.
Imagine last boss is Radon again.
Fuck off, dude, please.
Hey,
Fuck
if
that
we're
guy,
going into
dude.
the abyss, it's probably Artorias and his two buddies.
or Manus.
The king of pygmies.
Dude, you
That'd be
know
fucking cool.
the hidden boss in Sekiro would probably fit really well in here too. I forget his fucking
Yeah,
name.
bring him on. Bring him all on. Bring on fucking what the fuck is his name?
Let's get Gascoigne or Gaswain. whatever.
Yeah,
Give
or
me the
fucking
give me
cage
the ape
dude.
with the parasite in his head, dude. That's a cool fucking boss. Sekiro had some of the coolest bosses, dude.
Yeah, bring him all in. I don't
It-
care, man. Fuck it.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do a fucking battle royale type of thing like this, then why is it only Souls bosses? Just bring on like Bloodborne, Demon Souls.
Next thing we got untitled game from Ico Studio. So that's Shadow of the Colossus, Last Guardian, Ico itself.
You're in a giant fucking mech.
Oh, but it's from Epic Games.
It's an Epic Games. You're right. Yeah. I forgot about that.
So it's not on Steam.
Usually, like these kind of games, from what I've remembered, is like they all have a theme, you know, about you trying to like recollect or like indemnify what you had before. From what we saw, you leave with just your head. You might have to like rebuild the entire thing all over
Gurren
again.
Lagann.
Maybe that means like you have to hunt for like giant robots or some shit and get other pieces. Who knows? They said that this is a mix of the gameplay and the cinematic. So I can imagine that this is probably what it's going to look like when we're doing these sort of like platforming. God, that's so fucking cool, man. That robot head.
Whatever the fuck those things are, just start.
I think it's just some planetary storm. Or that's probably the start of the game, you know? Did you guys play the last one that came out, The Last Guardian?
Nope.
Nope.
I know people don't like it.
The wonk is real. The physics are almost non-existent.
The expectations were too high for that one, from what I understand.
Well, I like that they ditched the whole, I guess I want to say, like, pet gameplay mechanic thing. Like, they're just kind of going back to just the singular person that you need to worry about. It's not like there's, like, a robot companion or something that you need to control. You know, like, actively call out to you so it follows you a lot, you know? That was kind of, like, one of the biggest things that I didn't like about the previous game. It was just the mechanic for controlling him was just, like how Gerry puts it, like a very wonky thing. Like, you could do wonky things or pretty much whenever it wants or nothing that it wants, nothing that I want. So going back to this, I mean, like, yeah, it looks like we're just getting mostly some Shadow of the Colossus stuff.
And that makes sense, too, because, I mean, I know it wasn't them, per se, but the remake is the most recent thing from their, you know, IP and stuff.
I did play that version.
Yeah, I hear it's great. I hear it's very one-to-one.
Not something that you would try yourself, you don't think? Eventually.
I took one photo in photo mode in that game.
Hey, at least you played it. That's
the photo I took was right before you walk out the door, so I don't think I really played that game.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it counts. Fuck that princess.
Hey,
what? How are you gonna defend her? You haven't even played the game.
I watched it all. I watched Wooly and Pat
What's her name?
play it. I don't fucking know, dude.
That's right. Next game.
We're getting Killing Floor 3, baby.
Me and Oscar had the privilege to sign up for the beta. I don't know if you did.
Oh, I didn't yet, no.
We're going to play before you guys, so, you know. We're just cool, that's it.
This shit looks so rad, dude.
Yeah, we were talking to our friend thinking about hopping back into 2 just to get ready for it.
Yeah, I still need to get the plat for that, too.
Yeah.
Same here, dude.
Plat hunting, I mean.
It seems like now we're like more of a team than like a ragtag of random people.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like that too. Everybody just using their own thing and just trying to survive. But if it's gonna be classes, that'll be interesting.
I really like that guy in the far left. Like I didn't really see like we saw any of his.
The Hellgast.
Yeah, that guy. He's got like a giant thing. On
Oh,
the
that
back.
guy.
I don't even know if that's a jetpack or. He's a heavy for sure.
That's a better.
Oh, that
view.
looks like a jetpack.
That's a
Hold
better
on.
view, yeah.
So if like there's the initial, what was it, starting 5? There were other classes too, right? From the second one?
No, there weren't.
Like, I think
there
was,
weren't
like,
classes. There were just different characters.
Characters, I mean, yeah, sorry. But I think that there were a lot more, right? Like 6 or 7.
There was a lot, yeah. Unlockables, DLC, I think. I don't know. Actually, I'm not sure about the DLC. I don't think there were DLC characters.
think-
No, it was just like
No, I don't think there
skins.
were. Just cosmetics.
Cosmetics
Yeah.
for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Because they had boxes, right? If I wasn't mistaken. Like if I remember correctly, the way that it worked was at the end of the round or whatever, right? Like if you had like an X amount of money or whatever, if you like completed challenges, then you would get money. You turn that money into like the loot box or whatever, and then you can just kind of like roll whatever items that they had in the loot pool.
You know, I never played these games. I know you guys did, but we got a better look at Borderlands 4. What are we feeling?
Didn't everyone hate the third one?
Yes.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of it. I didn't really feel like it was an improvement. God, I think the best way to put it is it got really, really like rudimentary with like the way that you have to do builds and what characters you had and stuff like that.
Is there a point to making a fourth one? Like, is there still story to tell?
Yeah, I would say that now there's like probably something to go into because what we got to see for like the first 3 was more or less like a saga between one specific corporation and Pandora, and there are multiple corporations, and corporations are basically like super conglomerates, like they just like kind of own planets and stuff like that. So like others are trying to come in and kind of claim to like the rest of Pandora, which is the planet that you were on before. But from what it looks like, I don't think you're on Pandora when you start. We're looking at Pandora in between that huge desert landscape. So I think, I don't know. It's kind of like a hit or miss for me. I just have to wait and see more about it. I like what I see when it comes to these character designs, like the vehicles and a lot of like the guns. To me, it's like there's not enough information for me to go based off if I think it's just going to be like another build-eccentric game. If I'm just going to be trying to like farm specific bosses to get specific weapons, just so that way I can even use the game. I'm sorry, the classes correctly.
At that point, just play Monster Hunter.
Right. That's my main focus is going to be on wilds, but you know it's not like they showed more of wilds here anyway. So yeah, it's cool, man. But I'm not gonna hold my breath. I'm just gonna wait and see what's gonna happen with that.
Yeah, that's fair. The next thing we got announced was the final character for Season 1 of Tekken.
Yeah, bro, that shit's heat.
There was a lot of speculation, had a lot of conversations with people about who it might be, and they revealed it was Clive, and I was like, oh, yeah, I kind of forgot about that.
You know what's funny? We talked about this before.
There's a whole little breakdown with the actual devs from both Squeenix and Tekken. Max covered it in one of his recent videos. I do recommend giving that a listen because you get the insight and it does make sense of why they picked Clive instead of Tifa. That's cool, man. We got a Soul Calibur ass character again.
Look, man, he's got all of the
He's got everything, dude. That's crazy.
I was shocked they put in fucking Leviathan, but you know what? That's cool, man. And this is a good stage. I think I would have picked maybe, I don't know, where he fights Hugo. That would have been a good stage.
Oh, in the capital?
Yeah.
Or are you talking about like more in like the mountain range? Like
the mountain range or the capital would be cool. I could also see them fighting in, I don't know why my brain's in Ashlands. I'm still thinking Mistborn. No, I was thinking of where Odin is. Oh, and, fuck, dude.
Oh, that's a good spot too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good spot.
I do like he does have the
basically...
Zantetsuken encounter, though. Like, once you get the bar up all the way. And then fucking, when you prime and Torgal primes with you, that shit's gas, bro.
A lot of the powers might be heat crushes. Basically, it might be your, not heat crushes,
power
but
crushes.
like power crushes or like heat activators that kind of like start your heat drive. But either way, it's like the point where we see him prime, like where he just hair goes white, you know, all that good stuff.
Yeah, that's cool, man, I guess. Yeah.
Look, the one thing I'm gonna say is the last thing I'm gonna say about this is that y'all can get that peak soundtrack from this game now because
It's good music.
it's crazy. It's way too good. It fits perfectly in Tekken.
But let me ask you this, man. From what I've heard and understand with 16 is it's not everyone's favorite. Matter of fact, it's almost a forgettable game. Is that accurate?
No.
Oh.
I can tell you this much. So like everything we saw in trailers before the game released, that's literally in the first 6 hours of the game. There's so much content in the game that was never revealed in trailers. I'm like, this is really cool. Like that was really nice. The one part that I had a really big gripe with, and I think it's because, you know, the like director producer was the MMO guy, is that the side quests, they felt very MMO grindy. There's maybe like 3 or 4 like extended side quests that you do throughout the game that those are actually have a lot of really good value because it gives you more lore on those characters. It gives you more lore, like the relationship between, you know, what Clive is doing and what Sid did. And, you know, it's pretty nice, but everything else, all those side quests are entirely forgettable. Like that may be what people were alluding to, but I think with the direction they went, like story wise and even mechanics, this is a pretty standout game in my opinion, especially with like the versatility you get with all of the different like summonings or what, you know, how they call it, Acons in this one, because you can literally have like You get 3 different sets.
Icons.
Yeah, dude, Acons. But you get 3 different sets that all have like one ultimate power, so to speak, and then you get 3 other move sets on top of that for every single summoning you got. So you can have something like you have your Bahamut Mega Flare, but then you're using Rama powers or you're using Titan powers or Shiva, like all in the same mix. That part was pretty cool. Like there's that dude on Twitter, Sunny Legend or whatever. His 16 stuff was crazy.
There are a couple caveats to that, though, like beating the game myself. Like, number one, you have to max out those skills, I think, to their maximum level before you can start putting them in different slots. I think the only other thing that I would say, aside from the side quests, because I agree with side quests, was there were moments where you're just not really story progressing, but world progressing, like you going from one continent to the next, you traveling. All of that is very repetitive. You know, it's kind of like you having to go to wherever like the gate town is. You're getting a task by like the main NPC who lives in that town. Do a couple things. That's where the side quest stuff comes in, because it's just kind of like it's there while you have to go to all these other places anyway, right? And that's kind of where they entail you to spend all of this grindy shit. But at the same time, it's like it doesn't really change. The game mechanic stays the same. I think what really takes away from it all, what really made it enjoyable, was the battle mechanics. Like the battle mechanics continued to get better, and then I guess like with all of the what were those called? Those little
The stones that you'd find somewhere?
the stones. Yeah, those like little idols. So there were like icon idols where they're basically challenges, kind of like those little secret levels of Devil May Cry.
Yeah, and then you get like this crazy boss rush at the end. Those were pretty cool, and like the accessories you get, because like majority of the accessories in the game is to lower your cooldown time for your summoning abilities. I mean, there's also those that like give you buffs and all that, but dude, you just got to get good at the game. But I will say this, Danny, one part that kind of polarized a lot of people with this game was the ending. A lot of people hated it.
Yeah, I wasn't a really big fan of it either.
Yeah, it was very. They did a huge ambiguous turn to it. 2 huge ambiguous events right back to back, and like he said in multiple interviews, he's like, "Oh, it's open. It's up to you." And I'm like, "No, motherfucker, I want to know."
It sucks a little bit less than the ending of Final Fantasy 15, because just because it became ambiguous versus, well, not to spoil anything, but yeah, if you compare it to 15, it's just it's more or less like the same feeling to me, honestly. Like it's just like, you could have done better here. But then the DLC, I think, makes up for that. It doesn't do anything after the fact, but I think the Leviathan DLC and like the Ultimate Weapon DLC were before that, right? Like during the course of the story.
Leviathan is right before you go up to the Ark. It just puts a nice little bow on it, but it doesn't do anything really for the ending.
Yeah, he looks very zany and fun to play as in Tekken, at least. So there's that. He's out now, too, as you're listening to this. Early access is the 16th, and then he's out on I believe, the 18th or 19th. And like they promised, yeah, the stage is included if you have the season pass. But I imagine it's probably going to be like $5 again if you don't have the season pass. Which, you know, looking at this stage, it's like, yeah, I could see why they wanted you to buy the stages, because that's a lot of effort. Like, this is crazy. There's cinematics in between the matches, like real cinematics, not just the random transition ones that we have now.
Well, did you notice that the cinematics are the wall crashes?
Fucking Acons fighting each other, dude.
Bro, it's literally, look, I've said this since I played the game.
So cool.
It's literally just Tower of God. Like with the power scaling, it just gets absolutely bananas. And when I saw this stage, I was like, yeah, dude, it's a really good stage for it to happen with. But there's so many other good points, like with those Tower of God fights. I'm like, you could have chosen anything.
Yeah. Adam, the last one that I didn't say that I think about right now is the first time you're fighting Odin and what is it, like his kingdom?
Sleipnir?
Yeah, but like with a part where you're on the water, you know, and he like splits the water open. That would have been a great stage too.
I'm telling you, dude, there's so many spots, man. Like, they could have even gone to, like, one of the crystals. They could have done the shit with Bahamut. There's a lot of really good places they could have chose. But this is a good one. I guess you could say more memorable, because this is where all the trailers happened, is, like, right in this scene. Except for the Ifri part. Like, that happens way later.
So right on, man. After that, surprisingly for me, we got the announcement for Splitgate 2.
Honestly thought it was going to be a one and done for Splitgate.
Yeah, I thought, like, had a strong launch, and then it just burnt out like a cheap candle. At least, I don't know. I never see people talk about it anymore. But yeah, crazy that we're getting it too. It was fun.
Yeah, I had a good time playing Splitgate. It just kind of sucks because I wish I hopped on it more. For sure, there was a time where it's like I don't want to say it got stale. Something about the shooters, just like kind of. I fell off shooters for a little bit there, but Splitgate is a great concept. It's fun as hell. It's just I think was it overshadowed by something bigger? I think that's what happened.
Maybe. I mean, it was just a free to play game that has like the classic Halo feel to it with the portals. And I know we just played it for a little bit, and then we just fell off. I think probably because Elden Ring or something was around.
I think so. Something big.
Yeah. But yeah, it looks like we're getting abilities for 2 now. I don't believe that was a thing in the first one.
No.
So now we're going into the more the hero Halo shooter.
God.
So that's cool. And I guess we're getting like more roles and stuff.
Or you can ping enemies and it stays on the radar.
Oh, that's good.
Akimbo, bro.
There we go.
Daniel Radcliffe?
Daniel.
I still need to see that movie.
Akimbo? Oh, I know.
Gun
Yeah, the
Akimbo?
guns Akimbo?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Mm-hmm.
In every other movie that's not Harry Potter, he looks so fucking like unhinged, bro. Yeah.
Dude, I watched the Lost City. I think that was called with Channing Tatum
where
and Sandra Bullock.
Yeah. How was that?
It was fun. It's a fun like rom-com. Daniel Radcliffe is the billionaire that's trying to find the lost city in her book, and then he's just like slowly goes unhinged at the end. Like it's funny.
Kind of sounds like the Celestial Prophecy. Trying to find out something that's real in a book. Splitgate's fucking cool, dude.
Dude, the next thing though,
Crazy.
freaking, it's so far so good. Game Awards, right? And it just keeps getting better and better. RGG,
Taking on Virtual Fighter, man.
yeah, the new gameplay, freaking, it's actually like crazy good how it looks.
Dude,
Ooh,
is
this is the
are
best.
they gonna be like the next big bad of studios, dude? Because all they got is gas.
They got too many projects, one too many, and two is already one too many, honestly, in my book. They got so much stuff on their plate, like big name, big games.
Yeah, we're feasting, dude.
They're already a big company, and they have the other one coming up, which is coming up pretty soon. But this one, I'm like, this is gonna look really good.
When they remastered 5 in the Dragon engine, like that looked great, and seeing this just even more amazing, man. I know I think there is like another breakdown because they did do a Virtual Fighter Direct to talk about
I
this
watched
game.
that.
Yeah, it showed some more gameplay, right? Or
Yeah.
at least a
No,
little bit.
they didn't.
Oh.
They just talked about it. Pretty much what's happening is, they're working on this. The studio also did Revo, so they were talking a lot about Revo and all the changes and stuff that they made to that too. So that was probably what most of the direct was for. And they did talk about this first, but it was pretty cool. It was like about 30 minutes, so it wasn't that bad. I'm gonna go ahead and like say now, just because we saw VF first before Project Sentry, I would still say that Project Sentry is gonna come out before this.
Oh well, yeah. I'm sure that game's probably already ready to go.
Yeah, otherwise I feel like we would have seen more gameplay on this already.
Yeah. Well, also, maybe I don't know because Project Sentry is just the title holder, which is the next game they revealed right after this. It's their new game set in
1915?
Was it San Francisco?
Oh, I thought it was in Japan. 1915 San Francisco?
I think so.
Oh, so okay. See, to me, I thought it was when Japan industrialized. Like, when they
Oh, I
opened
guess
the
it. I
borders.
guess it does. It is too, huh? Oh, I guess you're right. I guess it just assumes with the music.
Like old school Sapporo,
yeah.
other places like that.
To me, this just reminded me of
This
Gintama.
reminded me of Golden Kamui.
Yes, that too.
Oh yeah, there's a better fit for that. Yeah.
I'm assuming this is still the Dragon engine, right, for this and Virtual Fighter. But goddamn, did they really go balls to the walls with like the lighting and stuff? It just looks like a whole different level.
Look at the rain, dude.
Yeah.
Coming in sheets.
Fucking.
So is this going to be like its own separate story, not like that one they did with the Edo period with Yakuza?
Yeah.
No,
this
that's
isn't Ishin.
different.
It
Yeah.
looks like
Okay.
Yeah, Ishin and Kenshin, those were like historical adaptations using the Yakuza gang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is its own thing now, and it's actually like even more like bloodier than like the Yakuza games. So that's like freaking awesome. And look how cool this guy is, dude.
He's got that feeling from my boy in the Judgment games.
That's what
Oh,
I was
yeah,
thinking too when I
Yagami.
saw the eyes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
We're probably gonna see like a 3 style thing, just like last time.
that's his mastery from Lookism.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Yeah.
Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah, awesome, man. This is probably going to be like the end of next year.
Nice.
That does make sense. This looks like an October/November type game.
Yeah, mainly because like Pyro Yakuza is coming out in February. They got enough time to have a gap.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait for this, dude. It's gonna be so awesome.
We skipped Turok, right?
Yeah, we already talked about Turok. That was after this. And then the next thing was Helldivers 2, Omens of Tyranny.
They've landed.
They're invading now, guys. That
They've
was
landed.
so good.
I like it because I was playing Helldivers a little bit before the announcement. You know where it says like the major order incoming or whatever? It said like, please disregard all previous announcements. Something big is coming or something like that. And then once they said it dropped, it took like a couple minutes for over here for the update to pop up. It was cool. It was, fuck, man. These guys are no joke.
Yeah, they're hard as heck. I think we got to get the new war bonds because they got that melee thing. It's like a melee spear with an energy shield.
Ooh.
They're also in the shop. You could buy a baton for 200 super credits, and that's your secondary melee. It's fine. You know, it's just a short stun. I kind of just wish it would take over your melee button when you're holding your primary gun, but yeah, we're finally getting the vehicle now. Yeah, the game's different, man. It's great. I just did like a level 5 last night, and then like one of my coworkers hopped on. It was just 2 of us, and I was like, oh shit, like we ran out of time because it just took so long, and like there were so many enemies. It crazy.
I'll tell you, when you're fighting, what is it, the Luminids, right?
The Luminids, yeah.
You have to be on it as soon as the dropship get called down. You better be ready to blow that shit up, or you're gonna get swarmed. Thankfully, though, the dropships are probably the easiest thing out of the entire fleet to kill. Because everything else is just such a shit show when you're trying to fucking survive. The little zombies that they make from all of the humans, those guys swarm you, and they take a couple bullets before you can kill them.
Yeah, and headshots are more difficult to hit in this game for some reason.
I don't know if a meta's been found yet, but so far, like anything that I've thought about using has not been worth using pain.
I've been using the machine gun. That's what I picked.
Yeah, machine gun.
And then my coworker had the flamethrower.
I went back to the breaker shotgun.
Oh, and apparently the vehicles, like the Jeeps, they don't drive like the Warthogs. They're actually manual.
Oh, what?
Do you need to go in reverse? Yeah, you have to click a button to shift gears to go into reverse.
Man, that makes it so cool.
That's like a hold square and then pick a different gear.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh man,
crazy.
Awesome. Yeah. You gotta learn how to drive this shit and only focus on the driving.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. Helldivers is back. Helldivers never left, dude.
Yeah, we've been here.
The next game was Warframe 1999. This game looks freaking sick. It's in the Warframe game itself. But yeah, it looks like a great just single player or story campaign.
You're outside of the suit?
Like you're a proto Warframe basically. You're like in the hybrid state.
Oh.
Yeah, you got to ride a motorcycle. You're going through the city and stuff. Yeah, it's sick.
Before Warframe, there was a game that came out for the PS3. It was basically like it was basically about this, where you were like a human, and then you ended up with like this parasite symbiote type thing, and it ended up turning you into a Warframe, basically, kind of like what we're looking at here.
Are you thinking of Dark Sector?
That's what it is. Yep, Dark Sector.
It's from Digital Extreme, so it's the same people that make Warframe. Yeah, so it's a free update, of course, because it's a free-to-play game. I only hope it's easy to access, because I might want to hop back onto Warframe just to play this.
Yeah, if you figure that out, let me know. Otherwise, if it's like kind of behind a couple of things, a couple of prerequisites that you have to do, like get your mastery rank up or something like that, travel to a certain planet I don't have unlocked yet, I think I'm good. I don't want to deal with all of that shit just yet.
Freaking sick. Warframe still being so cool. I'll hop back on one day, maybe. I don't know. But the hype doesn't stop, dude. The next game, it's also freaking back. Onimusha, dude. 2026, though, so we're going to have to wait a bit, but goddamn, is there a new one coming out? That's so awesome.
But it is so fucking rad, man. Yeah, all we happened to get was a cinematic. It is enough to make you reminisce of the good old days. Just get to see all those orbs floating around everywhere. I have to say, like, it looks extremely nice. That shit is so fucking crisp. I didn't play any of the Onimushas, like, as a kid, or, like, when I got a chance after I got my PS2. But that, like, little eye thing on the gauntlet, that shit looks so fucking cool.
I was too scared to play. I played, like, once, and I'm like, oh, I can't do this. This is too intense for me. And then I played Ninja Gaiden after that. Can you believe that shit, dude? Fucking God.
Yeah. I guess we can assume this is, like, real gameplay.
We're just fighting Yoshimitsu.
Yeah. Cap God, stay in Cap God, man. Like, Era 2 is so strong.
Oh, Cap God's thing. This is powerful.
I heard Era 2, and I thought you guys were talking Mistborn.
So the next game's interesting. It's from the DNF universe. We've already seen gameplay for this before. First Berserker Kazan.
It's a Nexon game.
Coming out March 27th. Game looks so sick. So the Game Awards trailer, as cool as it looks, it's technically lying to you because the game looks nothing like the cinematic at
Yup.
all. Like art style and everything, it's so different.
Yeah, this is too CG. It reminds me of Diablo. You like when you think of Nexon already just has a staple but for just having like any sort of animation that just relates to anime in and of itself.
Yeah.
You know, so looking at this, you're just like, oh, what the fuck? Path of Exile 2? Diablo 4?
Is DNF the same as the fighting game that came out?
Yes.
Same universe?
Yes, same universe.
Huh.
This is basically the lore of one of the classes, the Berserker class, and we're learning about the first Berserker.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool action game. It has some Souls inspiration, I guess, if you want to say that. It's just funny because the next game right after this was called Arad, and whatever the subtext is, that's also a DNF game set in the same universe. And at least with that trailer, that's what Berserker's going to look like.
So they're really doing a whole Grand Blue type thing to this.
Yeah, I think
franchise.
it's based off of a board game, I want to say. Some kind of D&D style game. Yeah, it's just so funny how like the 180 in tone for
Yeah.
these two games. It's like, nope, it's in the
That's
same
crazy,
universe.
yeah.
And even the Berserker is in this game. Like you see him like towards the back half of the trailer.
What the hell is this?
This is the new Dying Light, the Beast. I think this is a new game or DLC. I couldn't remember.
Isn't that a zombie game?
Yes. I think you're the only one that played Dying Light, right, Oscar? Or did you play, Jerry?
No, that's a Q. I played Dead Island.
Ah.
I do want to play Dying Light though, because I know it was on sale recently for the first one, and then there's the second one. I didn't like the second one so much, but I give this a try because I think this is a DLC for the second one, or is this like its own game? If this is its own game, then cool.
It's just very different from what I was expecting for a Dying Light game.
I really like the parkour. When they were working on Dead Island 2, I thought to an extent like some of those mechanics were going to be put in the game, but they pretty much just left that all to Dying Light. Mm-hmm. And the whole parkour aspect that they're putting into the games, like from what they've already put in, that part I really fuck with. Like that shit looks really cool. It reminds me of what was that fucking assassin game that came out like 10 years ago? It just like involved you like jumping from roof to roof, like just assassinating people from over their heads. Dishonored. That's sort of.
Oh, Dishonored. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who asked for it, but you're
Yeah.
welcome.
Some say it's years too late. I say, you know what? I'm down for it, man. Game of Thrones, King's Road, from
The mobile
Warner
game?
Brothers. No, not the mobile game. It's an action game.
So is this like original story?
I believe so. This is supposed to be after the series.
They specifically have HBO in it, and yeah, that is our boy, Jon Snow.
We see Dany here too. She's
Yeah.
in the trailer too.
Daenerys?
Daenerys.
I
Why are
thought he
you
was
saying
talking about
Danny,
you. I was
dude?
like, what?
Oh,
And then the
Danny's
bald dude
from
came up.
Bald.
I'm like, dude, Danny ain't balding.
Oscar.
You gotta watch the show.
I did watch the show, dude. It was a waste of my time.
Yeah, this can't be
The last-
after the show, Oscar, because if you watch the show, you know some of those characters are dead that just showed up on the trailer.
Yeah, like the
Yeah.
bald dude is dead.
Lannister.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So then
Yeah.
it's just OC and
Yeah,
the
so
Or,
you're
Senators.
fucking
or you
fake
could have
too,
just
alright?
said Daenerys, and that would have been perfect.
Daenerys. I'm gonna say Danny with an I next time. Fuck you guys.
Yeah, I can hear it, dude. I can hear the difference.
I still haven't played any of the Lord of the Rings post, everything. But Julian does like attest to them that they're fun. So
Yeah.
as long as it's fun, man.
Oh, so this game is also going to mobile. Oh, so this was originally labeled Game of Thrones MMORPG.
That does not roll off
That
the
would not
tongue.
be a good MMO.
It's a blockbuster story-driven action-adventure RPG that invites players to step into the immersive world of Westeros. So yeah, it's going to expand on stuff from the show itself. There's 3 classes. I guess they originally announced this 2 years ago, too. Well, I'm going to hold my breath now that I know all this. After that, freaking Double Dragon's back as well. What the hell? Double Dragon Revive. October
Didn't they
next
just
year.
make like a remaster recently? Or am I thinking of a different game?
There was Double Dragon Gaiden last year.
Okay.
That's probably the one. Yeah.
There is also a DLC for River City Gals. There weren't the actual Double Dragons, but it was like
It's River City
Like,
Girls, actually, not gals.
River City Girls. My bad.
That's cool. The next thing they showed off was a game for solo leveling. And apparently, if you've only seen the anime and you watch that trailer, you got spoiled.
What is it gonna be, like a RPG or just some?
Yeah,
nonsense?
like an RPG, I think.
Is it time?
It's already over, I think. Like the whole series is already ended, so
Yeah, the main title is over, right?
yeah. I haven't finished it, but at this point I think they've already well expanded into some spin-offs and things like that. And I think they have maybe the first completed season on Crunchyroll. I don't know if they have light novels as well.
I think they do.
That's probably something. Yeah. So like I said, like they definitely expanded since the time that the series was over. But this might be the start of like manhwa games. Well, not really the start of it because I know there wasn't the only one, but like hopefully that picks up.
Well, the ones we care
We
about
can get
is what you're saying.
exactly. Well, the ones that we care about are the popular ones for the most part. Like Tower of God is a popular one.
Yeah.
Lookism hopefully is climbing the ranks on there, and so is
Get that God of High School game, dude.
yeah. I mean, Lookism and Viral Hit both already have shows on Netflix, so it is feasible. So the popularity is there.
The ratings ain't there.
That too.
I mean, on Webtoon, I think they're still pretty high, right? It's almost a perfect 5.
They're pretty popular on the Webtoon app, but I think if you look at like Western Webtoons on there, I think they get dwarfed out. I know Tower for sure is still in the top 20 for, I think, fantasy or sci-fi. I forget which category it's in on there. Lookism is in top 15 for dramas, I think, so that's good.
Oh yeah, Tower is number 11 in fantasy.
Oh, there you go. Nice. I mean, like, yeah, a lot more. There was some Webtoon that I haven't heard of is getting an anime soon. So it's like, okay, yeah, we're finally approaching Webtoons more and more now. That's pretty good. And then after that, we got a teaser trailer for a new racing game called Screamer. I'm like, that's a great name. I'm down for it. The neon aesthetic, some anime-ass characters. Could be down, man.
I want to see some gameplay for that. Any futuristic racing game looks really cool to me. A hint of it always like it makes me feel like it could be on the level of Wipeout. So I don't know. I'm hoping to see like what kind of crazy features, and I hope that a lot of it has to do with the level itself and not really like the type of vehicle that we're going to be driving or whatever.
I hope it has some style. Like there's this indie car game called Buck Up and Drive that's pretty cool. You get to do some styles, and you actually like do like fighting game inputs to do like some like grinding on rails and stuff.
Is it like a basic input for every car, or like?
I have no idea. I haven't looked much into the game since it got announced.
So the next game on the list here is Den of Wolves. We got the official gameplay reveal trailer that came out. It looked pretty cool. It's basically like a futuristic heist type co-op game. It just gives me like an almost cyberpunk kind of feel to it. You're robbing like a bank or something in Night City. It looks pretty fucking sick.
Well, I think we definitely do need more heist games, so this is pretty cool. It seems like there's something more, though.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a PvP element to it. Like, maybe we're not the only teams robbing. But yeah, I'm excited. There was early access announced, so we're just kind of waiting to see, hopefully, some more gameplay and some reveals on that.
We'll see what's up with that. But this next one, we're fucking back, guys. You remember the fucking PS Vita days?
Bro, was that for real? That's real, huh? So we about to
We
hop
about
back
to hop
in or
back
what?
in.
You think they'll give him a Keanu's voice?
I'm pretty sure. But there were two different kinds of Sonic Racing, right? There was like Sonic Racing where they were all in vehicles, and then there was Riders, right?
Riders was... yeah, but I feel like Riders was more kind of like Heroes in a way.
Riders was more like you had like a hoverboard. Yeah, like
my
different
boy Jet.
Yeah, Jet. Sonic Racing is going to be really good. Hopefully we see some gameplay on that soon.
We got more on the Old Country from the Mafia series.
I'm super excited for this, man. This makes me really want to go through the other two Mafia games that I didn't play, because I only played Mafia 2. I like the idea of the game taking you back to like an older time of Italy. I want to say that you're probably like in the countryside. Like, I don't know if you get to go to what's the north part of Italy called, like Roman.
You're asking the wrong people, man. You better know what you're talking about, because nobody's gonna correct you here.
Are you talking about Romania? I don't think that's on the
Not
top side.
Romania.
Look,
Both of
dude,
you.
Hold on.
Okay, my point was I was hoping that for the game you got to go like over the country, across the country of Italy, right? So hopefully we get to see a lot of really cool, really nice looking terrain and environments and stuff like that, because I really want to capture like what it is to be like in old Italy, back before like Everything was
Just
really
play
like
Assassin's Creed.
modernized.
And nobody knows what it's like to be in old Italy anymore, unless they're a really old game developer that was actually from Italy. They might not even be like this. It might just be like people just making wine.
I'll make some wine.
This is a good story to tell, though, like from back there. So, like you said, environments have to be impeccable if we're gonna be there. I also like wine. It's about loyalty and family and shit. I'm in. Yeah, Infinity Nikki.
This was a game that was released on mobile. I remember like 7 years ago, Karina used to have this game on her phone. It looked nothing like this. Like, we're just talking about like the bare basics of mobile games where you just have her do dailies and just dress her up in different outfits. Now, all of a sudden, she's got her own environment. I don't even know what the point of this game is other than to just dress her up and just,
Clean things.
you know, just do open world stuff. Yeah, like open world, go out and take care of things and fly around and whatnot.
I was gonna call this anime slop, but it doesn't. It gives me like fucking like Animal Crossing kind of ways.
Yeah, I would say this is like anime Barbie Animal Crossing. That's a good way of
That's
putting
good. That's
it.
pretty good. With the Mario Galaxy.
I was just about to say the Mario Odyssey fucking
song.
soundtrack.
This is a game for somebody.
It's just not for me. I didn't ask for it, but I'm glad you
Man,
got
I
it.
don't like
I'm
dress
glad
up
they're
games.
making games that I don't want to play. That's what I'm saying. All right, Dispatch. What is this? Invincible?
This is like a Telltale game for Super. This is the game that Aaron from Breaking Bad and Jessica Biel announced. Whatever her name was, not Jessica Biel, the other lady that I don't recognize 'cause I don't know celebrity names.
I've never played one of these types of games. Are they really that fun?
Yes, dude, so fucking good. If I have to recommend you to pick one, The Wolf Among
The
Us.
Wolf Among Us, dude.
The Wolf Among Us is so good, dude.
The Walking Dead series is pretty good, but The Wolf Among Us is so fucking. It's cash, man.
Isn't there a Batman
There's a
one
Batman
too?
one too. Hell yeah.
There's a Batman one and there's a Borderlands one as well. I did play the Borderlands one. Oh, and a Game of Thrones one as well. So from what it is, you know, the trailer just shows us a lot about like the plot itself. You know, you just happen to be, from what I guess, like some dude who works as like a dispatcher for superheroes. You know, like you're an emergency operator, basically, an emergency dispatcher.
This is pretty cool, honestly. Yeah.
The premise of this sounds really cool. On top of the fact that I can just imagine a lot of the choices you have are just going to be random calls that you get. Just be like, oh my god, there's some madman with like rocket propelled grenades, just like chucking it into banks and fucking homes and buildings and stuff. And they're like, okay, let me just dispatch this superhero. And you have to choose the correct superhero. Like, imagine you pick the wrong superhero and like the casualties are in the hundreds. Like, what the fuck? Laura Bailey.
Moist Critical.
Did it say Moist Critical or Charlie White? I didn't see that.
Oh, Matthew Mercer. That's fucking cool.
Thought Squad.
I don't fucking know, and I don't give a shit. People from Invincible probably worked on that because it looks a lot like it, man. Did you want Okami? Because I sure didn't. I don't even know that people still cared about Okami.
Look, man, if you got a good story to tell with this one, bring it back. But it's, dude, Danny said it before. It's like that sequelitis thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't have to do it. But if you can and it's good, fuck it, why not? Balls to the wall.
Ball out.
If Capcom was going to do this to anything, I would rather they have done it to Beautiful Joe. Like, I understand Beautiful Joe already had a sequel, but like, if you were going to bring back an IP, Beautiful Joe would have been the IP to do it. But that's cool. I mean, I didn't play the first Okami.
It's really fun, man.
Isn't it just like you going around solving a bunch of people's problems?
It's a whole, like, you have to go and restore the powers and all that, and it's a fun game. I like it.
Okay.
But if they want to resurface their IPs, you know,
I mean, if it's gonna look like this, it'd be pretty cool.
exactly what I was about to say. Like, it's got the style that'll take you away from everything else going on, but they just got to keep it that way because that's how the first one was.
I wonder if the art style is going to be similar to what we're seeing here. It reminds me of like Kirby's Epic Yarn, just a little rougher. Like they wanted to do brush strokes and like oil paint as like a medium for animation. It almost makes me feel like I'm playing this game through like a Game Boy Advance.
Okay, not bad. If they keep the style, it'd be pretty nice, pretty to look at. So then, Game Awards ended with another promised project. Kind of a mouthful, if you ask me, but Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet.
This is Naughty Dog, right?
Yeah.
Hey man, they're finally getting away from Last of Us. That's a step in the right direction.
The one big brand name in this trailer. I don't know about you guys, but that's already kind of like, I'm already afraid of what this game's gonna be.
We see a lot of Sony's name here a lot too,
Yeah.
but that's pretty much a given. This game at first kind of gave me like Alien vibes. Like it reminds me of Isolation.
They just have to make movies that look like this. Because I don't want to see just a cinematic trailer of a game that's probably not going to look like this. This is a cool concept for sure. Like, look at this fucking blatant Akira reference. Like, these people they have something here. But I don't know if sometimes it's not going to be translated correctly into a game format. This bitch stopped by Sonic's in space, bro. And then you got the fucking actor up there, dude.
Yeah, exactly. I called that out before. I really don't remember his name.
Kumail
though.
Nanjiani.
Yes.
I love
That guy's so cool. He's funny, dude.
The fact that he's like the antagonist that we're looking for in the game, I was like, that's pretty cool.
But the fat ass Porsche font in like the first couple seconds just already fucking turned me off a little bit, man. Just like, oh hey, Porsche is doing something with this game, and that's probably a real ass gamer chair. I hope it's cool. All right, don't get me wrong. I hope it's cool.
Think about whatever the budget is for whatever this game is. Fuck it, dude. Like, I'm all in, man. It's like as long as the game is good.
I hope it's good because all this money is just gonna be fucking like.
It's like what you were saying. It's a big Concord vibe.
Yeah.
This is either gonna go really good or it's gonna go really bad.
The ship looks cool. The shoes look cool. I don't know. Very milquetoast, lukewarm ending. Everything else was fucking awesome, but this one, I don't know. I'm talking shit about it because I just don't know. Yeah, all in all, this was like one of the best ones. Best video game award broadcasts. The best thing we had were the Muppets, and I think that was fucking awesome. If you had on your bingo card in 2024 that the Muppets will make a Kojima reference, I hope you just got fucking bingo, because that shit was hype when it happened. It was very like out of my head. Like, is this real?
You had a full out of body experience, huh?
Yeah, those Muppets. I would say that everything went as planned. Just like you said, there were no interruptions. They had zero mishaps altogether. The only mishap that I saw was with Harrison Ford.
Oh yeah,
when he was like
just
trying to.
I'm not
read
saying all that
prompter.
shit. Just move the prompter. Come on.
Yeah, he just like stops reading the prompter, just stares at it for like a half second, and then he just like waves his hand. He's just like, "Yeah, we're just gonna move on."
This one was worth it, honestly. Like, I'm always tuning into Inside Games during the Game Awards because they're always having some kind of like drunk cast or something. It's like, you know how they had the Muppets like on the balcony just talking shit about the show? I always imagined that it was just going to be Bruce and Lawrence like in the future just talking shit about every video game awards. It's like them in the past watching themselves in the future just being invited and just having their own segment. Definitely this one was probably one of the best ones that I've seen.
Yeah, dude, because last year's was trash.
I'll stick around for the trash too. I'm like, yeah, this one was garbage, but you know, something fun is always happening. I don't know. It feels like if Jeff Keighley is like predetermining like the walk-ons on stage or something crazy happening, and I wouldn't put it past him because like if it's a slow year for gaming, yeah, you kind of want somebody on the stage singing like I don't know, man, Free Diddy or something like that, you know, just saying some outlandish shit.
That is the most
Free
outlandish
OJ,
shit.
bro.
Free OJ is free.
Oh wait, he died, huh?
All I'm gonna say is they were correct to announce Tekken 8 as the fighting game of the year. I agree with them that much. A lot of the announcements were really cool because I know that we really didn't go into like best ofs and who wins the award and stuff like that, other than Astrobot winning game of the year. Yeah, with all the big projects that we saw, it's a real reminder to everyone that like when everyone is said and done with all of these projects, everything comes out, when everyone feels like they're satisfied for release, like just take into account like to get the idea to go back and do another project as big as the one that they just released or something like that. Those don't tend to work out so well. We have to have a real expectation that some smaller projects are going to come in the in-between before we get another big project like we do for a lot of what was announced. So I'm just saying like really enjoy this year for gaming, because who's really to say what's going to come out next year and if you're going to be satisfied with what you see.
Right, like where do we go from here?
So with that, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. But if you have any questions, feel free to submit them to unversedpodcast@gmail.com.
See you next year.